I want to talk today about these mega churches where the pastors take in a lot of money, millions of dollars. Some, have private jets. A lot of these mega pastors, these mega churches, thousands of members. It's really a scandal to me. I don't take them seriously. I don't listen to them. I'll tell you one thing. When you listen to one of these preachers of these mega churches and they're bringing in big salaries, okay? That's not Christianity. That's not the preaching of the cross. They're preaching about a Jewish rabbi, or Jesus, who had no place to lay his head, who was born in a manger, who was crucified on a cross. And they make money off Jesus. It's reprehensible. They should be ashamed of themselves, but they're not. They can make millions of dollars. They're living a lot of these pastors. I'm not talking about pastors who are just getting a decent salary. I'm talking about these pastors who are making millions of dollars, preaching about a man who ended up on a cross. And they're making money off this crucified Jewish carpenter or peasant or whatever. No one really knows what Jesus was. Some say a peasant. Crossan says a peasant. Whatever. I mean, Jesus was a Jewish rabbi. They called him a rabbi, teacher. And he spoke the truth, and he ended up hanging on a cross. And 2,000 years later, we have preachers who are making millions of dollars off Jesus, this crucified criminal. I mean, Jesus was considered a criminal by the Roman Empire. And not all pastors, but there are many pastors out there. And you all know about them. I mean, they're on TV. They're very recognizable. I don't need to mention any names. But they're living very high off the hog, believe me. They're making good money. Some of them making hundreds of millions of dollars off the donations of people on welfare, widows, and people. A lot of people in our society, they don't have a lot of money. They live. Life is hard for a lot of people. A lot of people depend upon their welfare checks to survive. And these pastors, are constantly calling for donations. In the name of Christianity, I want to, as a Christian, I want to let people know that, most Christians, I look at it as a scandal. It really is a scandal. It's not funny. I hope people are able to recognize, that just because somebody gets up and preaches about Christ, it doesn't mean they have anything. They have anything to say about what Christ taught. You don't make money off a man who is crucified and ended up on a cross. Just read one page of somebody like Soren Kierkegaard from the 19th century, who's the father of existentialism. You know, these preachers, many of them are very charismatic. They should have gone into acting. Or what they should do is, as when they get up and preach, they should say, you know, hey, listen. They should admit it, just openly admit to the congregation that they're actors and that they're maybe looking for an Emmy Award for the best actor of the year. Some of them should get it because they're very good. Many of these pastors, well, all of them who are making millions of dollars, are charismatic speakers. I guess they got the gift of the gab, you know. They're able to get up and steer a crowd. And they're able to get the crowd to, you know, pass in the money. And so they get the millions of dollars, and they do it in the name of Christ. And I just want to say that anyone who's making money off Christ, off a man who 2,000 years ago ended up being crucified to a cross, and they're making money off this guy. I don't know how they live with themselves, to be honest. I don't get it. I do say, you know, they really should have gone into acting. They really should have gone into acting. And then they could honestly then claim that they deserve the $100 or $200 million or $50 million a year they're making, or even $1 million a year, I would think is a lot of money to be making off a crucified rabbi. If they would openly admit that they are actors, they should say, listen, look at me, I'm an actor, I'm charismatic, I'm handsome, I'm a good speaker. You know, I could have gone into acting, I could have gone into, I could have gone to Hollywood, but I decided to use my talents in a megachurch where I can get up and pretend to be a follower of Jesus Christ. I can pretend to be a leader in the church who takes up his cross and daily and follows Jesus and suffers and is persecuted. And at the same time, I just happen to be making, $1 million or maybe $5 million, $10 million, maybe $200 million, $300 million a year, maybe more. I just happened, to be so gifted that I get to have all these private jets. Listen, that makes a mockery of Christianity. So when people mock these mega church pastors, and I consider, again, anybody making money off Jesus is by definition a hypocrite. By definition. You don't make money off Jesus. It doesn't work that way. Actors make money off Jesus. That's fine. If you're an actor, just admit, hey, listen, I could have been a Shakespearean actor. I could have, gone to Hollywood. I could have maybe, whatever. I had all these talents to be a great actor. And I thought, well, the church could use me. They could use a charismatic speaker. Yeah. Christianity doesn't. Paul, Peter, Apostle Paul, Peter, St. Francis. These were not charismatic people getting up before crowds and bringing in millions of dollars a year. No. No, a true follower of Jesus suffers, okay? That's why Soren Kierkegaard, one of the greatest thinkers of the 20th century, he was a Christian, but he said, the name Christian has been so overused. Kierkegaard says, he wouldn't even call himself a Christian. It's been so abused. I'm a Christian, but I don't suffer the way Paul did. I see very few Christians who are actually suffering the way Jesus suffered. Just if you're a Christian, admit it, that we're all sinners. But don't say you're a sinner and then rack in millions of dollars and think that you're justified in having millions of dollars. If you're profiting off Jesus, you've betrayed him. Peter betrayed Jesus at one point. He denied him 3 times. Before the cock crows, you'll deny me 3 times. There's more than one way of denying Jesus. You don't have to do it with your words. When you're preaching before a large congregation and you're bringing in millions of dollars a year and putting it in your bank account, that's denying Jesus, okay? At least for me. Maybe I'm crazy. But hey, I would say, if that's what you want to do, and you're entitled to, be an actor and make a lot of money, but at least be honest about it. At least, when you go up on Sunday morning, or whatever, Wednesday night, whenever you stand before your congregation, maybe you should sell tickets. It's a theater. I mean, really, they're coming to watch a show. And you are entitled to your money. And all actors are entitled, believe me. If you're an actor, you're entitled to your pay. If you're making millions of dollars, you're entitled to it. I mean, obviously, people enjoy your acting. But just all I'm saying is this: be honest. Just say, I'm an actor. I'm not really, I'm acting as though I'm a follower of Christ. I'm not really a follower of Christ. I'm just an actor. I'm a very good actor. Just be honest. Kierkegaard said this back in the 1830s, 1840s in Denmark. It needs to be said again. If you're making money off Jesus, you've betrayed him. It's pretty simple.